All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Episode 8. All right, we've had ourselves a gold experience last episode.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
we
Dance
are
with me,
golden
Sammy.
Yeah. That was the torture scene to end all torture scenes, I gotta say.
It was beautiful.
It was a great way to essentially censor the torturing and the pain and the suffering and all of that by instead having it be a groovy dance number.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they did totally show his eye getting roasted, though.
Yeah, but they also did, like, that different art style and everything so that it wasn't, like, you didn't hear the horrific screams as it happened.
I would have loved to see this in the manga. I would just love to see what it was like there, because, oh my gosh.
I can imagine.
This was so much fun. And we have now our mission. We're on Capri. We've got
Sex Pistols.
Yeah, we've got Sex Pistols with Mista like making his move. And hey, it worked. It worked.
Yep.
The plan had a little bit of blundering because you know, we had some awkwardness with the whole situation there, but hey,
needing to eat lunch.
Yeah,
among other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But thing 1 and thing 2, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Number 1 and number 2, you know.
Now, the issue here
is
that Mista's about to kill a civilian.
Oh, he already shot. He might have already killed the civilian.
But, like, theoretically, at the last moment, like, his stand could, you know, redirect the bullet somewhere else or something. Who knows? But, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool if he had a moment where he looks at him, sees that he's freaking out but not summoning his stand, so then he shoots the tire, jumps off the car, does a pose, the truck collapses, goes over, and what have you. And he's like, Jono, I got it. This guy's obviously just some dumb civilian, but he might know something, so...
right. Or the guy we're looking for might be
inside
on the roof
truck,
of the car.
Or on the roof of the truck.
Yeah, or in the back.
Yeah. But... that was a very cool display of Sex Pistols and what they can do.
That's
As a stand, I liked that it was somewhat effective, but it didn't completely nullify the enemy stand user's ability to continue the fight and what have you here. We have also the rest of the crew on their way, so we have a clever way now for Giorno and Mista to deal with this themselves, and rather than having it be a 6-on-1, it's a 1v1 with a partner somewhere trailing behind. You know?
Yep.
And we're still looking for Polpo's 10 billion lire fortune.
Right.
We know that it is on this island. I believe Bucciolati does know exactly where it is, but given that he's not saying where it is yet, I think that is very... that is very important that
because this
said
could
exactly
be
where it is.
This stand user we're dealing with right now could be the last obstacle, or it might not.
Yeah, I would say almost definitely not. Just given how much this has been, how much they are ahead of Bucciolati and their crew.
Yeah.
Learned just recently though that Narancia is voiced by Deku Seiyu in My Hero Academia, so that's a fun little thing there. And I am a big fan of Narancia now after that amazing
scene,
amazing scene,
completely turned opinion. Yeah, I mean he was cool before, but now,
he was.
Now he's one of my.
He favorites. Was like number 4, what have you, in my list of the main 6. But like. Yeah, now he's a lot higher now. Yeah. So, without further ado, y'all, let's get into this.
And
we got him.
Yep.
Okay, and that's where they ended off with the recap bit there, which means that they could still do something to change our perception of how that scene coming up went down.
What if it was actually something because the blood trail stopped and didn't fully lead to the truck?
Well, it didn't lead.
Oh, but there was some on the other side.
There was some on the other side, so it was obviously planted there specifically to make him assume that it was that person in the truck.
Right.
But we don't know where...
Like, he could have jumped onto the roof of one of the buildings, too.
Yeah, and he could be long gone, at this point. Yeah. The motif of chains is rather interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see where that, like, comes into play later.
Because it doesn't seem to connotate to any of the stands so far.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting gold, Jibun no Michio. Maybe it's the idea of, like, the chains of his heritage or something, or the like that hold the city and like the criminal organization and all that stuff. And they have to break free, you know? Fighting gold.
All right. Sex Pistols appears part 2. Oh, backstory.
Shot him down.
Huh? Huh?
Wow.
Oh my god. Mista! But this was not to last. It could not be.
But he was satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is interesting because then he ends up becoming the paranoid one.
Yeah.
Oh. With wanderlust in his heart.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Jeez. Jeez. Whoa. Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
And this is when its stand activated?
Swallowed by the darkness. I like that.
And he just can't hit him. Whoa, so...
And they all missed?
No, but
oh my
also,
god!
There's a reason. The name.
Mista?
No. Sex Pistols, because...
Oh!
Whoa, seriously?
Oh my god! And of course the cops show up right at this point. Jeez. Oh,
okay.
Yeah! Nice!
Alright.
Nice!
Yeah.
Yep, obviously. Ah, good job, good job.
What the crap? He's still... Wow. Wow.
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
His stand, obviously.
But it drew blood.
Right. So it hit him, but that's just the reflexes probably of his stand, you know? Like it stopped it like from going into his skull. Oh.
Yeah.
Kraftwerk. All 6.
Uh-huh.
And 2 before, yep. Yep.
In that flashback, though, it only showed him firing 3 times on the truck. Okay, alright.
If I get close enough to beat the shit out.
Wow. That's great.
Oh! Oh, crap.
He can't take his hands off.
Oh! Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
can't.
can't take his foot off the gas either.
Oh,
boy.
no!
Yeah.
Is his stand holding all the bullets there?
Yeah, and they're just gonna throw him. Oh. Man, he really does counter Mista.
Yep. It's literally just blocking the wound, yeah.
But that means one of Sex Pistols is in there, right?
Yeah,
just
hopefully.
dig inside.
Burrow in and puncture his brain, you know.
Up the butthole.
Hope and motivation, dude! Wait, where do those bullets come from? Yep. Nice!
Oh!
Oh! Aha! No, he's still on the truck, dude. Oh no, he is off the truck!
Yeah.
Holy crap! What's the range? Yeah, what's the range on his stand? Okay. It's not that. It's not that long range. Okay. Yep. So you gotta commandeer a vehicle of your own.
Yep.
Oh, and it's 4, an unlucky number, but it's also unlucky because that was the 4 that he shot that murdered the 3 guys. Remember?
Oh.
From his backstory.
Wow, yeah.
Dang. So he sees his life up until this point as being unlucky because it was that he used an unlucky number and it led him toward this fate, basically. I'll even thank you. I'm a good guy. I'm just pointing a gun at you, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. So he has to guide the bullet all the way in. What?
Okay.
Well, crap.
And boom.
Oh, this is a cool standoff right here, though.
He's starting to maybe be able to suss out his effective range.
Oh my god. That is awesome.
But he can just stop the truck.
And then he'll go flying off. Oh crap. He's amping up. Oh my god.
No way.
The car's gonna hit the bullet and it's going to just crumble around it. Oh!
Oh, that's...
Whoa, this is
bad.
so cool!
That's bad.
Dang! Hey, SOS!
今のおめえにはバッチシ使ってやれるぜ。
残り一発になっちまったが、最悪の事態を乗り切ったっていうことだよな。
Alright, Mista. Alright, Mista.
てめえちくしょう。
ナンバー5、ナンバー6、集まれ。この一発に集まれ。
We're all doing this together.
Okay.
しくしてろミスター。もう撃ってきたりするんじゃねえぞボケ。ついてるスタンドがどんな能力使って何発撃とうと俺を倒すのは無理だって分かったろ。
この断層の中にあと残り一発しかないと告白したらしいし、これを撃ってお前さんに弾かれたらここに弾丸は一発も。
He's going to shoot his stand
Yeah.
guys out.
一発をしくじったらミスターもう弾切れだなって。
Is he doing a Joseph
Wow.
move?
Yeah, straight up.
まずぶち込む。この
Wow.
Yeah. So he's gonna shoot one of the stand.
してんだ。
Yeah.
So that it's like, ha ha
100発持ってようが俺の
ha. Wow.
撃とうが100発撃とうが。
お前は間違いなく油断するよ。あと一発と知ったからには。
いい
Ah.
な話だ。狙ってるのは口の中だろ。違うか。
自ら口を開けたぞ。防御しないぞこいつ。このまま突っ込むしかない。
やっぱり。
He swallowed it.
やっぱり狙ってきたな。口の中をよ。防御すんの面倒だからこっちから口を開いてやったんだぜ。
バカな。
To give himself extra reaction time, or
ガードできんのか。しかしすげえ。
Right, because he can fix it relative to anything, whether it's the truck or his own body.
口の発射パワーは。
Yep.
やっぱりこいつ油断したぜ。
ah,
頭がないと知って油断したぜ。
yes.
に近づきたかったんだよな。
Wow.
The whole squad is here.
Yep.
All his potential energy is going right back at you.
近すぎる。
行くぜ野郎ども。
Yep. Redirect.
クラフトワーク防御しろ。弾丸を真っ二つに。
Oh, no way.
They're gonna continue to guide it.
Yeah.
あれを狙ってんじゃねえだろうな。あれはやばい。
Ah!
あれを狙ってるのか。あれを。
The other bullet. Oh, that's brain matter. You're dead.
But
Wow.
wasn't the other one already fixed, so it wouldn't move?
それでも不死身っつうんならしゃ。
Maybe he can only focus on fixing one thing at a time, but it's still able to be receptive to potential energy. I don't know.
Because otherwise the potential energy would just build up. If it wasn't like, if he could keep it up forever, then he'd have to make sure he never let up, because otherwise they'd just continue into where they would have been shot originally.
Yeah, well, either way, it didn't work.
He's dead. Hey!
おいおいな。
Hey, number 3. Yeah.
いじめんなって言ってんだろ。まが脳みそに食い込んでも。
It is possible to survive
Yeah,
a bullet
but-
to the head.
But
地味のスタンドだな。ブチャラティの殺すなって命令通りでは。
Wow.
おい戻るぞ。港へ戻る。
wow. This poor driver.
Yeah.
Squad's all back together. Giorno's like looking out for them maybe somewhere else in the marina. Like, where did they go?
振り回されたよな。止めろって言ったり、走れって言ったり、楽しいじゃねえぞバカ。
すみません。
Oh.
人を
Oh.
追ってるんです。
Ah!
このトラックで
Wow.
欲しいのですが。
Wow.
もたもたしないで。
Oh my god. Wow.
There goes Giorno, and yep,
Wow.
to be continued. Yep, brilliant. The time I close
Oh
my
my god.
eyes, wake up something so horny. I can get you out of my mind. 'Cause sex and you be all I see. I would give anything to make you understand me. I don't give a damn about nothing else.
Breaking you is all I need.
Tonight, I need your body. I need your body. Oh, is this the order the stands will be like introduced?
Oh.
Oh wait, no, it's not because Abakio was introduced way earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
I was all excited for a second.
Remote control airplane. Yeah. Oh, Abakio, that pose though. Jeez.
I know. Talk to a chiropractor like that. That can't be good for you. I gotta say though, the pose for Fugo's stand, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. That's amazing. It's a pose I could actually do too, you know, like it's not so unreasonable, right?
Now who's this character?
I don't know. That's actually an interesting point. They don't have a stand nearby them there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they do. We're looking at it in the wrong order. Stands are to the left, maybe. Oh wait, no, they're not.
No.
Wait. What? Wait, hold on. Did I just... I'm stupid. That's not the way it works. All right. Well, we had ourselves a part 2 to a stand battle.
We did indeed, yes.
Lended itself to some very cool little interactions.
Yeah, this episode, one might say it blew my mind.
Ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a long time for me to come up with that one.
Deep into your brain, and it's hard to get you out of its mind.
That's right.
Because Sex Pistols be all you see.
Mm-hmm.
You give anything to
watch the
next episode.
Yeah.
We have Sex Pistols against Kraftwerk.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, we have a stand that dealt with potential energy and being able to basically manipulate it. So when the stand ended up having, something else hit it there, it then basically negated all the kinetic energy going into it there to be able to fix it in place.
Caleb.
What?
Does that mean that Kylo Ren is a JoJo's reference?
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty
sure?
Pretty
okay.
Sure.
All right.
But in terms of how this fight went down, though, it led to some pretty clever little moments there. I love the idea of the rocks being used to have him climb up the mountain there.
Yep.
The range actually being a legitimately big way in which Mista was able to survive the encounter.
Oh yeah.
If you're a ranged damage dealer, you need to keep the knockbacks
stay far away.
Down, you know, otherwise you're going to
you're done.
You're
dead.
Yeah. But yeah, this was
the backstory was intense.
Like the backstory also felt incomplete. Like there was very much that they could have gone into more of, but it's a very like, if that's it though, like that's really depressing because it's very self-explanatory. After he killed the guys, he maybe got thrown into jail for, murder or what have you.
Yep.
Either got busted out for for just being someone that had this legendary thing happen or what have you. And ended up getting a stand.
Or just from that point, he had killed people, so it kind of he couldn't really go back to his own life, and then he got roped into the mob and everything.
Right. The passion.
I gotta say though, as far as a stylistic choice of just standing there and the bullets not being able to hit him, and then he just reloads and poof, 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 poof.
I want to know what was Araki's inspiration for that, because in some ways it's something that doesn't need inspiration. It's a rather simple scene.
Yep.
But there are stories in history of people who seem to be literally immune to bullets. The bullets would just miss them. Known as Stonewall Jackson from the days of the American Civil War. There was this general of the Confederates that had basically a legendary status of standing like on the front lines with his men in battle, and bullets would just go all around him because he was a prime target and he was a great strategist. So he was, a lot of the other soldiers would try to shoot him, and the horse would either get killed or bullets would go through his coat or what have you, but he would be completely fine. And it's like,
Right.
Oh my god, like that's ridiculous. There
Yeah.
are also like tons of stories about that happening with like tons of other people throughout history. But it's
and the older you go back, where the bullets had an effective range of 20 feet, it makes a bit more sense.
Yes, yes.
Right. With something like this, it's like, and I mean, it could still theoretically happen, I suppose, right? If they're maybe not fully sober, or they're just really pissed, so they're just sort of firing, and it just happens to work, or stand.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because then that means that he didn't get his stand from the stand arrow, I don't think. Right?
I think he didn't have his stand at this point, though.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he had a stand at this point.
That thing seems like something that could so easily be that's when his stand awoke.
Yes, but I think because they chose to not say anything about that here, given that we were getting narrator perspective, which means we are getting perfect, they're like JoJo's like never does like,
but it was still
unreliable like narrator.
Well, but it was still
stuff.
from his perspective, right? Even though it was the narrator, it was talking about, and then he reloaded, and they didn't seem to be able to hit him.
Yeah, it seemed to be this is what's happening kind of narrator,
right? But not necessarily saying why that stuff is happening.
Sure, but then why not do it if it's going to be revealed later that was his stand the whole time?
I suppose.
Yeah, I would if I was Araki and this was how you wanted to introduce basically a way for a stand to develop, I think it's brilliant. I think that what more happened is that this scene formed in his mind and his soul and his very essence the reason as to why his stand is a bunch of little guys guiding bullets specifically
and
in
for
a lucky way.
Yep. And as for which came first, the chicken or the egg, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. In some ways, unless they literally go back and add to it, we'll never know. And it's almost better that way that we never know.
Oh, yeah. The mysterious aspect and all that stuff. Much more stylish, certainly, this way.
Absolutely. Because it's like it was fated to be this way. It's something that
and
goes beyond...
hence his superstition, right? The fact that he doesn't know why that happened before was bad luck. Though there were 4 of those people, and if there were 3 of them, they probably would have killed him, right? But there were 4.
There were only 3.
There were 4.
There were 3. There were 4 bullets that he shot at 3 men. There was...
Would you like to go back?
Yep, I'm right.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
I originally thought 3 too, because I saw 3, and then when they did it at the end, there were 4.
He pointed the gun at 3 men's faces and shot 4 perfect shots. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the woman that was coming out of the car that was the fourth person.
That's the 4th person. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it feels weird also that he would say 4 perfect shots if he's only killing 3 people. So I understand why you would think that. But the thing that I think makes this a big deal is that the 4th person here is someone that definitely did not get killed here, but what might be also the reason why he ended up turning to a life of crime is, something that I think we could theorize here is that
he shot one of them twice.
Well, yes. I mean, yes, but she is not a part of the story in terms of, there's nothing mentioned by the narrator of what happened to her. So she might not have necessarily been super, thankful about the whole thing there.
Oh, right, because she still saw these people then get killed.
Yes. So yeah, he now needs to run unless she's basically willing to never say anything about it. Which let's be real, like she probably was very grateful that he got rid of the whole situation there. But she probably was surviving this whole thing means that her life is going to end up getting worse.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that it was 4 perfect shots for 3 faces that says something different about the psychology for Mista of the whole situation, right? The fact that he double tapped one of them.
Yeah, probably the one that was in the car.
Right, exactly. And that makes sense. And then why he feels the number 4 is so unlucky, and does that actually, like, the number 4 being unlucky is already a thing, right? It didn't start with him, but so then instead, is it something where he sees this like situation as being very unlucky for him? It was certainly unlucky for the lady, but the fact that he actually used 4 shots instead of 3, since that was an active choice for him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think it's rather interesting that the character who is the one that is superstitious, has all these paranoia aspects about him, finds the number 4 to be extremely unlucky, fires the 4 bullets that changed his life irrevocably, because before this he led a very simple life, and he even did things that got him into unlucky situations, and he considered that in a lot of ways to be a good life, probably. He's like, yeah, I don't care if I get beat up behind a cinema because I was, defending the movie stars who these lowlifes were trash talking.
That's right.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, absolutely, that's totally fine. This is Mista's life up until this point was a happy one, and his carefree nature was occasionally mistaken for foolishness. But Mista believed it wasn't good to overthink things since it invited fear into one's heart. And now he is completely changed and lived his life overthinking things, and inviting plenty of fear into his heart.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. You ended up doing the right thing, in an extreme way. That led you to this point where now you can't really go back to that life.
Yeah, it's rare that that in a situation like this where someone saves another, that they show the person that saved the person that did the saving as then having as then basically being scarred from it. Right. That's not often done in storytelling.
Yeah. And yet doesn't it feel like there's a little bit of backstory that could come after this?
Yes. I definitely agree.
There's so much that is not 100% clear regarding how this led to that. We can definitely fill in the blanks rather well, but there's still a little bit of detail regarding like, hey, what happened to her?
And in a lot of ways, it's setting up a story. The story's not over because he has these issues that he's still carrying from that situation in the same way Abakio is, right? With his stand.
Oh, yeah.
In the case of Abakio, though, I feel like it's not as... it seems like he had more resolved it, even though he still carries the pain of it. Whereas in this one, it changed him completely, and it would be pretty great if he could get some of what he had back then back.
Yeah. Okay. He's a genius with cleverly using his stand to basically climb up on his arm while he's getting him to monologue about how much he's going to defeat him here. It doesn't matter about all this stuff, which is funny because he probably did need to do all that stuff to make him feel like he was confident in this one bullet.
Oh yeah,
so that when it fails,
that was some straight like
Joseph Joestar
stuff, but taking it even further, where he's saying, like, he's setting up your next line will be so that when it doesn't work, it works. Like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
In some ways, it just shows how well Mista thinks when he's in a desperate place under pressure. So maybe this is part of one of the things that is in Mista's unlucky backstory bit here that translates into now, is that in that moment where he's staring down a gun, basically. He's staring down the barrel of his death, basically. He is able to think very clearly. He is able to execute on his plan without any kind of distraction or fear or paranoia. He has complete and perfect confidence in that moment because for whatever reason, Mista maybe even subconsciously, just a little bit, knows he can't die yet. Like there's a reason. There's a reason.
Okay.
He's like, nah, I'm going to make it out of this.
I gotta say though, as far as the specific way that he makes it out of it, I'm sorry, makes
JoJo's.
No sense.
It was some JoJo's level stuff.
Some Araki forgot his own rules within the same episode that he established them.
Okay.
No. So this is nothing against JoJo's. It's great. The style of everything that happened is wonderful, but we have someone who can temporarily suspend things, right? And they can still, but because of that, he can still apply potential energy onto these things, and that's how he was shooting the bullets.
Right.
Shoots a bullet that hits the same bullet.
Yeah.
So potential energy is given to that bullet, but it starts moving again.
Right.
And kills
because
him.
He wasn't holding that bullet anymore. He held it so that it wouldn't go in any further. He has no reason to continue holding it at that point in time.
But no. So if it's that, then that means that, okay, cool. Once he stops holding it, potential energy or the active energy that it had when it was traveling, right?
Yes.
He stopped it, would then continue, and it would then rocket through his brain anyways once he stopped holding it.
So what I believe happens here is there is, by the nature that it actually pierces his skin somewhat.
Right.
When it hits his skin, it doesn't immediately stop. Meaning there is a gradual decreasing of the potential energy, not an immediate to 0 point there. Otherwise, it wouldn't go into his skin at all. So that little bit of motion, that little bit was just enough to push the bullet, because apparently this is something that I don't even know if they were trying to bring up here, but it goes in, it hits the wound, and from what I can tell, it had already punctured his brain, the previous bullet. It already... Yeah. So, the previous bullet...
He had reflexively stopped it Siler style so that it only does minimal damage.
Yeah. But it still went through quite a bit. Which means that the energy of the bullet that entered in here, this is how far in it went.
Okay.
In the initial bit here. Meaning that the next one, even if he does it perfectly, is still going to push it to travel a little bit further. And in fact, in some ways, it's actually going to go farther because it has less skull to travel through. So I know what you're saying. I'm totally with you in that.
So in order for that to work, it has to be something where it's not based, where the bullet's only doing minimal damage is not based on reflexively stopping it, and it's the amount of his reflexes versus the speed of the bullet. It's actually that in order for him to apply the thing, it takes a while. It doesn't trigger immediately.
Right. It's like it's actually applying a negative kinetic energy to it that takes a period of time in order to bring it to absolute 0. Which I am okay with that being the explanation here, because it's actually kind of a fun one, because it makes it, instead of it being a literal Zawardo stop time on a limited object here, or it being a Killua thing where he has a pre-programmed I moved beyond
as soon as I feel my skin breaking, I immediately stop whatever it is that broke the skin.
It takes it entirely out of his human reflexes. His stand is just specifically one that is
So even if it is that, though, the other bullet is already stopped. So none would be transferred into that bullet.
No, that's my point, is that he wasn't freezing that bullet anymore.
If he was freezing that bullet, then it would restart again.
I don't know what you mean by that, though, because if this first bullet that was in his brain was frozen,
yes,
originally, then it wouldn't have gone in at all, which is not what happened here.
No.
So if this original bullet that had entered his wound there had not applied, if it had not had any force, his stand wasn't using it anymore, it wasn't holding it in place, fixing it in place or anything there, then the potential energy would transfer to that bullet. Right?
Yeah, no. Okay.
I mean, are we really going to nitpick this ending to a JoJo's fight?
Oh, no. But I just thought that was interesting, as just a funny little thing, given all of the things with the multiple rocks being frozen at a time. So it wasn't a limit of how many things and whatnot and all that stuff. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we have a hilarious ending to this, where instead of it being this yes, we all get back together, and I was joking, Giorno's already up there, though, and he's gonna be like, where the hell is where the hell is he? It's no, Giorno finally found a truck.
Yeah, and then he goes and leaves. And if I'm really curious to see if they do continuity with that, with the next episode being, where the hell did Giorno go?
Giorno betrayed us.
Yes.
He abandoned Sex
He's
Pistols
going to go
and,
get the treasure
Mista
himself, except he doesn't know where it is. So at least he's clear on that angle. Yeah.
It's just so funny, because we actually gave a little bit of a character moment for this poor truck driver. He's how dare they be such
I'm not
trashy
a
to
taxi.
me. Yeah. And then a guy comes in there and punches out his his car, and he's just like, okay, yes, sir,
all right,
absolutely,
yep,
yeah. So there you go. That's episode 8. And y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. We've now got the crew to the island, and if you want to see the next episode's reaction discussion with them on this island, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about JoJo's, anime only, manga only, and you can also talk with Jacob about the novel that he wrote.
That's right. I wrote a book. It's called Battle Lines. It's sci-fi. It's available on Amazon in both hardback and ebook. Link in the description. Go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.